office.
Look over at your helmet.
This is a family show. Why do I have two mics? Is this so you can hear me twice as loud? Is that even better? Which one?
Sure.
This one.
I see what somebody's going to do with Photoshop. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. What? I leave you with the grace that is Ruth.
For today. I'm not going to say the name of any characters, but I feel like, you know, everyone should have a cloak in their lives. I'm going to need to fix my book now. Come on, I need to fix my book. Can you reach? Thanks. Are my thighs okay? How are you all doing? It's Saturday, isn't it? Yes. September? End of September? Yes. Is it the 30th? Yes. I think I wrote down that it was the 29th. It's close enough. Doesn't that just happen? Is that just getting older where you're just like, I don't know what day this is? Yes. It's nice to be here. I think I wasn't here. You had a con without me, didn't you? Yes. Yeah. Who was all here? Where was I? Was I working? Oh, that must have been nice. What was I doing? Was I filming something? Oh, you can't talk about it anyway. Who here, this is their first convention? Hands up. Wow. So many new people. And of the new people, who have discovered a certain show in the last 3 or 4 years. Wow, it's amazing, right? It's never going to end. People like doing this. I can't talk. I'm going to say the wrong thing. I'm going to shut up. You just answer questions. Thank goodness the strike is nearly over. I feel we're going towards the end of it. And I think it looks fairly positive for the writers, and I feel strongly that the actors are going to hold out for what they're asking for too. And it's kind of in line with what's going on in so many industries in the rest of the world, isn't it? Postal workers, doctors, bus drivers, nurses always, right? Teachers, flight attendants, yeah. And it's a really important time. It feels like if we're not here now, if we don't take care of humans now, it's like a runaway train, right? There's going to be only poor people and tech billionaires. No one in the middle. That's not the point of being alive, is it? We all need to thrive and be able to afford occasional champagne and chocolates. That's my view on things. Anyway, I digress. Hello. What's your name? Where are you from? What do you want?
My name is Brooklyn. I'm from Virginia as well. My question is, what advice would you give to young or startup actors?
Are you?
I do a little acting here and there.
Do you want to be?
Sort of.
You know, this was something that was always in me from a very young age. I was too embarrassed to say it out loud. I was too, I'm from a farm in Scotland, and I was saying that I wanted to be like Marilyn Monroe or something. And I wasn't. I didn't have a lot of context for saying I wanted to be an actor. But it was in me. And I still sometimes don't feel like I really am an actor. It's weird. To me, it's something that's in you. And I'm not going to tell you what your mindset should be or what you should do or what you shouldn't do, because on my journey to being an actor, I have, if you could ask me a question about pretty much any actor, maybe not not some of the younger American actors right now, but you could pretty much ask me a question about most actors, and I would be able to tell you something about them because I read so many little bios and Wikipedia entries and books. I just was fascinated by how other people did it, and what I learned was that everybody did it differently. You know, and that's the really amazing thing about it, to go on your journey. There's something about saying you kind of want to, where I think there's a freedom, like Emily Blunt, and they talk about it on the Smartless podcast, when there's that, what is it they say, when you don't care so much, the casual indifference. Sometimes that's really helpful to have casual indifference where you're just not, you don't want it so much, you're desperate. On the other hand, I think if you have a love for it, if you love doing it, if you don't, because it's too painful. But if you love doing it, when you do get to go to work as an actor, it is getting to do the best job in the world and get paid for it. To me, it's the best thing in the world. So I would just keep being in love with it, being in love with the character you're playing, the people that are around you. You could end up with something that lasts 15 years. Who knows if there's enough love? That's what it comes down to, the love of doing it. So all the rest of the journey is yours to have. I would just encourage you to love it. And if you find that you're not in love with it anymore, what you need to do is take a time out, go to art galleries, watch inspiring things, hike a mountain, have a baby, do something else. Do it because you love it, is my only caveat, I would say. Does that sound?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You're welcome. We went in deep quite quickly. Oh well. It's just the mood I'm in today. Are you done? Are you done with that?
Hi Ruth, I'm Nicole and I'm from Singapore.
She's from Singapore. How long did it take you to get here?
The flight to Massachusetts from Reagan is like 24 hours.
Amazing.
And it's a 12-hour time difference.
Yeah, it's half and half. Wow.
So my question is, if you could use magic to do one mundane task in your life.
One mundane.
Yeah, mundane task in your life. What would it be and what would you call the spell?
You know what I fucking hate? Is putting other people's dishes in the dishwasher. I'm like, you put it inside the sink, open the dishwasher, put it in, how hard is it? That would be the mundane thing where, like some magical kitchen with the plates, the dishwasher would open, the plates would fly in. And if I could, I mean, it depends how strong the magic is. If it could also empty itself afterwards, that would be awesome. But I think empty the dishwasher too. Does everybody else feel the same? Does anyone else feel fury when you see a glass left lying in the middle of the table for no reason? Just me. It's my OCD or whatever. It's the one thing, like, just so that. That's your question? Yeah. It tells you quite a lot about me in the house. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm from Maine.
Oh, you're from Maine. Nice.
So my question is, what's your most memorable moment from any convention?
Wow. First, I mean, there's so many. What I do when people ask me what's my most or my favorite, what I go, there's a Rolodex that flips in my brain, and I go with the one that comes up. It's not like I have 20 favorites, right? I remember the first time somebody showed me a tattoo of my face on their body. That was amazing.
Where on your body?
It was on her leg. She already met Jensen and Jared and Misha and Mark, and I think I was there, and I was pretty honored to be on her behalf. I feel like I was on her behalf. It was really detailed and really good. And that's that's crazy to me, do you know? Like, that's amazing. One of the first memorable moments I had at a convention, I remember my first convention very clearly, and my first creation convention, there was a Scottish lady, she normally sits round about there. She said to me, well, she said it really strong, welcome to the supernatural family. Once you're in, you can't get out. And she was right. Yeah, so is that okay? Is that
Yeah, that
okay?
is my question. Thank you.
By the same token, I remember online early on when I first seen the fan art, and I'm a big fan of fan art because I love anything that encourages anyone to be more creative. And some of the stuff is amazing. And early on, I feel like it was in Sweden, somebody drew Rowena. Me. Somebody drew my face. Sorry. Somebody drew my face in chalk on a wall. It was huge. And it was really good. And I remember being on Instagram being like, this is amazing. Like, I could, that's crazy to me that my face is on a wall in Sweden or wherever it was, or somewhere in that region. And the artist was like, all right, calm down. It's not that good. I was so excited. Anyway, hello.
Hi, I'm Alessandra from Brooklyn. My question is, if you could go on a road trip with any celebrity, alive or deceased, who would it be?
That's such a good question because it's quite specific. Because a road trip is different from a dinner party. I mean, Felicia Day. She's real organized. She would have the cooler box, and she would be organized. And yeah, she would have it all figured out. Also, Michael Fassbender, Alicia Vikander, and Rob might have a problem with that. Also, there's so many people, aren't there? So many cool people in the world. Marie Curie, that would be cool. She'd be organized too. See, I like an organized woman. Organized women and men make the world go round. Really. Okay, just some kind of organized women would be good enough. Thank you. Bye. Hi. I love your sequin.
Thank you. Can I ask you this question in character?
In what character? You in character.
Do we have any ghost fans in the audience? Can I ask you a question as who?
You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not going to stop you. There's only certain things I can't do, and I'm already effed up once. So.
A person from New Jersey doing a Swedish person pretending to be Italian.
There's a few layers here.
My question is along the lines of music. Is there a song that's just hit you? Like a story that it told, or something where it just
A song?
very profound?
Yeah. A song?
Yes.
So, have any of you, am I allowed to talk about it? It's a British independent movie from a long time ago, so I think I am. Did anybody see a film called Breaking the Waves?
Yes. Yes.
And it's so interesting how you find music. Like I discovered this amazing, I went to see a play in London a long time ago. And there was this song, and I was like, this song is amazing. And I said to my friend, do you know this song? And they were like, yeah, it's Pink Floyd. And I was like, oh, a small band called Pink Floyd. And so I discovered Pink Floyd like I was already in my 30s. When I watched Breaking the Waves, there's a song in it, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. Just get goosebumps. And so I always knew who Elton John was, but I feel like I really discovered him at that point because of the song, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. You know, I should have stayed on the farm, I should have listened to my old man. I'm from a farm. And my dad was like, are you sure you need to go to be a hunter? And I recently, when we were in Phoenix, Arizona, I Googled it because I knew Elton John was on tour, his farewell tour, and he was playing in Phoenix on a Saturday night, so Misha and Rob and I, a couple of people, we got tickets and went to see Elton John, and it was getting towards the end of the set, and everyone needed to leave, so we're kind of edging our way out, but I didn't want to leave, and then the last song he played was Goodbye. And I just cried. Like songs can do that. And I'm a lyric. I love the tune. I love all that. To me, the lyric. There's a lyric in it that means something. I'm a goner. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I love music. Music is like a big story. This is just, I'm never doing this cancer again. Music is very important to me. It's something that helps me express how I'm feeling. I just ask.
Yeah. If you're going through a breakup, to me that's the worst thing in the world. To me it's the worst feeling. I'm sure there's many worse things, but for some reason there's something about that. I can't listen to music. You know when I'm sad, if I'm already sad, I can't listen to sad music. It's too much. It tips me over the edge. But if Rob is sad, he listens to something even sadder. So you can really feel it. I'm like, I can't even handle music right now. So music's amazing to me. Are you all going to go to the concert tonight? Awesome. Thank you for your question. Thank you. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Only to...
Hello, my name is Mary. I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I went to Scotland for the first time last year, and I found it incredibly beautiful and just profoundly, almost magical, you know. And I wonder, growing up there and being born there and all of that, is there a place in the world that is like that for you, that you've traveled to, that's just like, has this just significance to you, that you're like, wow, this is just an incredible place?
Yeah, and I'm going home. I'm going home to Scotland in about 3 weeks, and I appreciate it even more because I don't live there all the time. I think I love Scotland even more now that I don't live there all the time. And just spending time with family and friends there. And I guess I'm so spoiled because when I go there now, it's just for like a couple of weeks. It's just all the nice things. And Rob and I visited for a couple of days earlier on in the year, and it was beautiful weather. And Rob was like, I think I could actually live here. And I was like, no. You can live here today. The sun is shining. So Scotland becomes more and more significant to me, actually. And I always saw myself as a child of the universe. I never thought of myself as being particularly Scottish, but then you move 5,000 miles away and you realise how ingrained some of your sensibilities are. I'm so lucky to have travelled. I think you can travel in your mind. I think you can travel with books. I don't always think you have to physically get on a plane if you can't afford to, or it's not physically possible. But I've visited so many places. There's a couple of places that I've gone to where I've kind of gone, I feel like I've been here before, like in Barcelona, on the steps of the cathedral, or something like. And I have that 1%. Whatever the 23andMe, like one from the region, like I'm like I've never been here before. So many cities in America. I've been to. First time I went to Chicago as well. I love coming here. It's so beautiful. I've filmed in Roanoke, Virginia before, which is just down there. That's the beautiful thing about what I get to do. I hope I get to film in interesting places. Elena just filmed in Tahiti. I love California. I'm still a little bit of a tourist. I still get a thrill that I'm going down Santa Monica Boulevard. I still think it's cool. I'm still a little... it's not a popular thing right now to be in love with America, is it? But I am. I think there's a lot worse places to be in the world. I think if we can keep finding some middle ground, there's the answer's in the middle. We get so polarized because of social media and the media, and most people live somewhere in the middle where they can see other people's point of view and live where they live. And I think there's truly amazing places here, and there's still so many places I want to visit. I want to go to Montana. So many places to visit here. I do think America is a magical. Too happy to be here.
Very cool. Yeah, I find myself gravitating towards overseas, but when you get there, you realize just how small those countries are, and just how vast the United States are, and how many places you haven't been there. And
you just need to drive in America, and you're like, wow, the plains, the plains of America. And there's everything here. It's incredible. Thank you for your question. It's a very rambling answer, wasn't it? This is just the mood we're in today, everyone. Are you still awake at the back? I was looking at you and you were looking at your phone, so I'm glad you looked up. I feel like you were looking at it.
Hi, my name is Leah from Texas. I turned 21 a couple of days ago, so I was just wondering, what's one of your favorite, your moments from your 20s, or a time you got in trouble?
One of my favorite memories from my 20s, or
just a time you got in trouble. It could be good.
Or a time I got in trouble. This is a funny story, really against myself. I probably should tell it. I have a scar here. It's almost a perfect square. Just where the bone in your foot pops out, just above it, I've got a square. And I was out with a bunch of, and I've done it twice in my life, I was out with a bunch of actors and theatre people in Edinburgh. We were having a railroad tear. I must have been 22, and maybe had a whiskey or 5. And it's a smart ass, and ran upstairs to the house we were living in. It wasn't my house. It was the wrong set of stairs. I was one too far along. I lived there for years, and I fell and skinned my ankle. So it's one of those weird things where I've got the scar of just being a complete idiot. You say idiot, I say idiot, because that is a word in Scotland. And I never mind it. I'm that's the silly shit you should do in your 20s, when you should trip and fall because you're being a smart ass and you've gone to the wrong house. You've turned over the wrong door, and then you're laughing and you fall and whatnot. And yeah, does that count? Does that answer your question?
That's hopefully it's clarified, but yeah, that counts.
Don't do it. Don't do as I do. Learn from my mistakes. Don't drink whiskey, and always go to your own house. Don't go to other people's houses that you don't know. That's weird. Hi.
Hi, my name's Nicole. I was wondering, when you dream in the first person or the third person?
I'm in my dream. It's happening. It's very visceral to me. It's very real. What is that? Is that first person?
Yeah, so you see it out of your eyes.
Yeah. But I can also slightly picture myself too.
So a little both.
A little both, but mostly it's me looking out. But last night, I just remembered the look of my dream. I could see what the person would have seen looking at me. Aren't dreams fascinating? Not when other people are telling you about theirs, that's really boring. Damian Lewis was in it though. I just remembered. I don't know why he was in my dream. I love when it's so literal and you wake up and you're like, oh, it's because of this. Your subconscious is figuring stuff out. And I do think if you start to write your dreams down and take care of them, I think you can lucid dream. I know a lot of writers when I did Faust in Edinburgh, the play, Joel Clifford, who was one of the first transgender people I had ever known. Yeah, and they wrote this beautiful version of Faust that was about the masculine and the feminine, because they had been both, as we all are, in our own way. And they had done a lot of it with lucid dreaming, and it was a really special production to be in, so I'm really into dreams. Why do you ask? What does it mean, first or third? What does it mean?
I don't know if it means anything, but my husband dreams in the first person and I dream in the third person, and it's something that we didn't know about each other until years later.
That's really interesting. Do you ever fly in your dreams?
No, but once I got into the passenger seat of a car and somebody drove me off.
Right. I remember a dream when I was like 14 where I had like a cape, like I went to my clothes cape, and you had to just put something under the neck and you would fly. Well, I've been trying to get back to that dream ever since. And also dreams, I tell you, I sometimes still have dreams where I can still do the splits. From my dancing days, and I'm like, just like, this is my legs, like, my legs are just like rolling about like really easy, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh. What happened? Anyway, thank you for your very unusual but interesting question. Thank you. How's everyone doing? Yeah. It's quite a lot of work for you all, like getting to all the photo walks and doing all the things. I know you've got to come and go. I only take it a little bit personally, like you, bye. Bye. Yeah, Nisha's more important. Jensen and Jordan,
We met in New Jersey, and I was one of the persons that asked you a question, and thank you so much. That answer was so gracious and so beautiful. I still remember it, but I have something different, maybe something boring.
Okay.
I hope you could share with me what your favorite book is. It could be something from your childhood.
My favorite book?
Yeah, it could be something that inspired you. Just pick one.
Yeah. I can hear you. I'm just kidding. I like telling people off. It's really fun. Oh, that's super funny. That was too grown there. That's the best. Thanks for humoring me. I love To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm going to get mixed up now. I don't know if it was my 18th birthday or my 21st birthday, but my mum, I'm going to say it was my 21st, bought me 21 books. I was such a bookworm. I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't a bookworm. I wouldn't have the imagination of what I'm here without having read books. And I remember reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and then I auditioned, they were doing a play version of it. I auditioned to play the horrible, not horrible, that's a judgment, like the confused white girl on the stand who's, that was the age I was in my 20s at the time. And going back and watching the movie, it's one of those movies that is good. It's hard when you read the book. Being in love. Imagine if everybody in the world had a dad like Atticus. Can you imagine? And I think that book stands the test of time. I just read an amazing book called Paper Cup. It's a Scottish book. If you have any interest in modern day Scotland, written by a woman who used to be in the police, and she was a social worker. And it's from the first person about a homeless woman's journey. Oh my God! I'm going to go and try and get the rights and make it into a movie. There's so many amazing books. What's your favorite book? I read that.
And I think it's one of those books that I go back to, probably because it brings in so many beautiful layers, and then cooking, because I'm actually a cook and a home cook. And
I love chocolate.
So I love that it captured the culture that the book.
What did you think? Is Juliette Binoche?
I think it had, it's a Mexican movie, and it's called Water for Chocolate. It's by Laura Esquivel.
Right.
And
Yes.
I think it has Louis
Oh, I'm thinking of chocolate, sorry, you're right, sorry, I've seen that
It's
too.
very
Yeah.
similar. Chocolate is also another
Yeah.
beautiful book. But yeah, so that's one of my favorite books. I read it like often. Every time I'm down, I read it and then I'm inspired and then I realize, the characters, when they resonate with you,
Yeah.
they go through the struggles and then, it just makes you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah.
That's my-
I was in the airport yesterday trying to find a book, and one was about somebody being murdered, and I was like, I can't read that just now. You know what I mean? Like it's so important. I think sometimes you should read books like that, but it's food, it's manna for the soul, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Ruth.
Thank you. Who's a book reader here? Who here writes? I love that. Who here writes fan fiction? Very nice. I like it. Okay, good.
Hi, my name is Susie. I'm from Maryland. I know a lot of people tend to ask questions like, do you see yourself in the past or life? So I kind of wanted to go to the opposite of that and talk to a future version of yourself. If you could only ask one question, what would that be?
That's a really good question. No, I just can't say that. I'd like to ask my future self one question. What attitude, mindset, what thing to keep at the forefront of my way of being will bring me the most joy? That's what we're here to experience. We're here to learn and grow and get through difficult shit, of course. But there's going to be some joy. And I think we're so busy, and I'm terrible for doing this, I get things done and I get a good sense of satisfaction getting things done. But just doing things for sheer joy, like coming here together today. This is all this celebration, right? Thank goodness. How fortunate are we that we give it to ourselves? And it's like remembering that on a daily basis. So, yeah, I just like to ask my future self, like, what are the things that will bring you the most joy so that I can focus on doing more of that, apart from eating chocolate. Thank you. Something I already do. Hello.
Hi, my name is Daniel. I'm from Virginia. And I was just
So do you.
I was just curious, what is your favorite or what do you think is the most beautiful Scottish word?
Say that, I didn't hear the
What's your favorite or what do you think is the most beautiful Scottish word?
Scottish word. Oh, there's some funny Scottish words. Ah, my goodness. I keep thinking of bad words that I call the boys. Like tumshy, which means turnip head. Because I didn't know what roots meant. There's so many good words. There's so many good words for the weather. And I'll say to Rob, it's a guy Dreich day. He's like, what? Dreich. D-R-I-E-C-H. Dreich. And it kind of means grey and rainy. Dreich. I love that word. Dreich. There's so many. I love Scottish songs. But have you heard of a Scottish song called Caledonia? Things like that. They're just about Scotland. Do you have a favourite Scottish word?
I don't know any Scottish.
You don't know any? Okay, listen to me and repeat. Okay, bam pot. Okay, say ya wee bam pot. Stronger. Ya wee bam pot. You've got to say it loud if you're Scottish. It's not a compliment. It's funny. Say it to Rob, really loud and clear. No, it is. You understand? Teaching her Scottish. You wee bampot. You wee cheeky monkey. You mean something like that. You wee bampot. Thank you for humouring me. You sounded great.
What do you say to me sometimes I'll say something just like, I like to push her buttons because she'll get all Scottish with me. She'll go, oh, your mom.
Your mom.
And that just means, does it literally mean your
Your
mother?
mom. Yeah. Oh, your mom. Don't be ridiculous.
Don't be ridiculous.
I think it's kind of modern thing.
Oh, your mom.
Well, she's asking me about my favourite Scottish word, and I said dreek.
Yeah.
You've heard me say that
And
word.
what does that mean?
Guy
Guy It's onomatopoeia. It's like grey, rainy, dreek.
Dreary.
Dreek.
Guy
Guy dreek.
So that means guy is dreary?
No, it means very. Guy means very.
Ah.
Very dreek.
So when you see a bunch of like guys like, hey, with a bunch of berries. Hey, berries.
I don't speak Southern. I
Use the word guy. You use the word guy.
I get it.
I've heard you use guy.
Guy. Hey, you don't say it anymore. You used to say you guys, but you don't say that anymore.
We don't?
No, it's pejorative.
We don't?
No, you don't.
I don't?
No, you don't.
Wait, so when I see the guys that get the hey guys?
No, you say hey y'all.
You don't say hey y'all. You just said you don't speak Southern, and now you're speaking Southern. Like a good Southern person. Hey y'all. Yeah, Mike, would you leave it alone? Gosh, Mike.